Greetings, and welcome back to the Hospitality Hacks Pro Show with your girl, Tasha Jackson. Happy to be here. Happier that you are here. Today, we're going to talk about the top 3 ways to supercharge your business. Okay, supercharge your business in 2024. Let's go. Why not? Let's go full throttle. All right. If you are doing all 3 of these things, good job. Congratulations. Keep up the good work. The only admonishment I would give to you is dive deeper into the data. Dive deeper. All right. If you're doing 2 out of the 3, 1 out of 3, or none out of the 3, I challenge you to pick 1 or 2 and go ham. Go in. Go all out on this information and see how it changes your business. Okay. So let's talk about it. Top 3 ways. Um, let's increase some sales. All right. Increase some restaurant sales. Way number 1. All right, way number 1, ask for feedback. What did y'all think I was gonna say? Was that it? Ask for feedback from your current guests that are coming through the door. A lot of the times we want to get acquire new customers, right? Get new guests, get new people in the door, spending money, and getting to know us and our brand. But what about the people you're already serving? The people you're already serving have valuable information for you, and if you don't ask for it, you may not get it. Okay, so ask for it. You could do that in the form of a survey on a receipt. Okay. Just flash an example for those on the audio experience onto the screen. Buy one, get one free sausage biscuit. We want to hear from you. Go to www.boylstons.com and tell us about your experience within 2 days of your visit. To redeem offer, print or bring the barcode provided at the end of the survey and this receipt to the cashier. Only one survey may be completed per household per month. That's to stop people from just getting all the biscuits, right? Offer expires 30 days from date of purchase. Cannot be combined with any other offer. This holds multiple legs of value here. Number 1, you're getting, not only are you getting feedback, but you're also getting that person back through the door to spend more money. Is buy one biscuit, get one free. So you have to spend some money, right? So I'm getting you to come back maybe sooner than you would have intended originally because I'm putting time constraints on this offer, right? Fill out this survey, give me some valuable feedback. In exchange for the feedback, I got something for you too, right? You're gonna get a free biscuit, and but you got to come within the next 30 days. Offer does expire, okay? And so valuable, guys. And look, if you don't want to give away anything free, or you want to limit what you give away, you can do some sort of raffle, right? Where maybe it's 1 out of 100, so or something of that nature. But also you can still ask even without that incentive. Even without that incentive, people want to give, people like to be heard. People want to give their feedback, right? And if you don't want to do it on the receipt, you could do it face to face in person while you have them there. Okay. If you're in a full dining experience, you should be doing table touches. Somebody on your team should be doing table touches and saying, how's everything going today? What can I get for you? How can we improve service? What did you love the best about your visit today? What did you love the least? There's so many different things you can say, so many different ways you can encapsulate that message. But the point is to ask for feedback. Okay. There's nothing like that real live, fresh data straight from somebody who came to spend money with you. Right. And so, thing number 2, okay, we're talking about how to increase restaurant sales, how to supercharge this business in 2024. Okay. Um, Before I move to thing number 2, let's circle back real quick. When the feedback, track that. You have to have a way to track that systematically. Okay, so if you're asking for feedback, people are giving it to you, and you're like, "Thank you so much. That's the only way we can improve is with feedback." And you giving us their 2 cents. We really appreciate that. I'm going to talk to the cook. I'm going to talk to the server. Blah 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 blah. Right? Mark that down somewhere, whether electronically, somewhere in the cloud, the notes on your phone. Back in the day, we had a red book. Back in the day, we had a red book. In my Darden days, we would write everything that happened throughout the shift, and like any notes, major concerns, that so some kind of way Track that data. Okay, whether it's electronically, on paper, have it so that multiple people can put their hands on it. Okay, it's not just your personal notes, but you're sharing that with your management team, your supervisory team, even your hourly team members. You want to share this information with as many people as possible in a constructive way. In a constructive way, not in a, oh my God, they said this and I'm going to beat you down because everything was horrible this day. Not in that way. Okay. All right. Thing two, implement relevant feedback in a timely fashion. Okay, so it's fantastic if you're getting this feedback, and if you're not, you're going to start soon, I believe, right? Um, but implementing what you learn from that feedback is, if you don't, what's the point, right? If you're getting all this feedback, people are telling you, ah, I normally come here for the hush puppies, but the last 2 or 3 times I've come, they've tasted burnt. Like it hasn't really been good. I don't know what's going on, right? Implement that. Okay. Figure out what's going on. Have you checked the fryer? How often are you filtering your oil? How often are you changing it? Is there a new team member on that specific task? Have you changed brands of oil? What's going on? You got to dig deeper into that, especially if more than one person is saying it. You get 3 or 4 people, 3 or more people complaining about something, to me legitimizes it. If it's one person, we value everyone's concerns and feedback, but if it might be a one-off. You might have been coming down with a cold that day and your taste buds could be off. Yeah, maybe you're pregnant and you don't know it. And so and something's going on hormonally with you. Anything could be happening. Anything could be happening. Right. But when 2, 3, 4, 5 people say something, you really need to sit up and take notice. Right. And then the only way to know that is to ask a ton of people for feedback. You can also read reviews. Okay. It may hurt sometimes. Right. But go on these review sites. Right. People leave reviews on Google. People leave reviews all over the place. They might leave them on your website. They might email you. They what's that major one? Yelp. Y'all know what I'm talking about, right? Go on Yelp, read through those reviews, right? Again, one person says something, maybe it's a fluke. 3 or more, you might want to pay attention. You might want to pay attention. Also important to respond to those, especially if they're on a public forum, right? I mean, even if it's private, really, you need to be responding, because the repeat guests, guys, those are the ones that pay the bills. Okay, we're talking about how to increase restaurant sales, how to supercharge your business. 3 ways. Number one was ask for feedback. Okay, data is king. Okay, whether that's in person, whether that's electronically, however, keep track of that data, right? Number two, implement relevant feedback in a timely fashion. How do we know it's relevant? 3 or more people saying the same thing. Something tastes wrong. The portion size has changed. Did you guys change the recipe? It's different. I mean, it's still good, but it tastes different than how it normally tastes, right? Investigate that. Investigate that. All right. Third way, advertise, guys. Advertise. Um, Listen, it's not the most fun thing for some of us, depending on your personality type, depending on, you may have a lot of irons in the fire financially. You may not want to pay for ads, but you may not want to give out money. But listen, you got to pay the cost to be the boss. Okay. So I, radio ads, TV's going out of style, but people still watch TV, radio, TV, print, right? Magazines, newspapers, social media is king right now. Find a local influencer to come eat your food, talk about it. You might have to give them a free meal. You might have to pay for it. You might have to network so that they know who you are and that you exist, even to come and eat your food, right? So whatever it takes to acquire that person's attention, that influencer's attention, um, got to advertise. And I want to take a brief moment, speaking of advertising, to say, if you know anybody in the Charlotte, North Carolina area that has a small child between 5th to 8th grade and they're looking for something to do during the summer, we're going to have a culinary camp going on. If you need more information, check the description box below so you can pass that information on to your family, friends, and loved ones. Don't send me no hellions. You know the ones I'm talking about. hmm Leave them at home. Send them to YMCA. Okay. Anyway, back on track. That was a brief commercial break. Brief commercial break. But advertise however, wherever, with whomever you feel comfortable. Facebook ads, social media, print, radio. Do what you got to do. Do what you got to do. If you're familiar with Grant Cardone, he has a saying that I like. That he says it's a little colloquialism. Um, he says if they don't know you, they can't flow you. If they don't know you, they can't flow you. What does that mean? If nobody knows you exist, how can they give you money? Explain that one to me. I'll wait. If they don't know you exist, if they don't know your product is there, if how can they give you money? How? So somebody has to tell them. You have to tell them. A friend has to tell them. Family member has to have to see you somewhere, maybe a couple of times, a billboard, something, somewhere. They need to pass by and see a flag. If you're brick and mortar or mobile, see a sign, a flag, flashing lights, somebody twirling a sign, a poster board, something, something. If they don't know you, they can't flow you. All right. So those are three ways, real quick, that you can just you can these are easy to implement. Just commit. Nothing about these three are hard. If you don't know how to do one of these three, find somebody that does and give them money and to do it for you. But it's worth it. It's worth that investment. Don't look at it as, oh, I don't have it. I'm spending money. I don't look at it as an investment. Look at it as a seed in the ground. If you don't plant that seed, you can't have a harvest. You have to put the work in to dig that hole, put the seed in the ground, water it. You don't see anything for a while. What's going on? Right? Nurturing it, make sure it gets the right amount of light. Is this the right spot or do I need to move to a different area so we can catch the sun just so, right? And finally you get a little okay, you get a little something. Mhm. Get a little something popping and you still have to keep watering and nurturing and protecting from outside influences, right? From animals and critters and insects that want to come and steal that seed or that tiny little inkling of something, right? Before it bears fruit, right? So there has to be work put in. Same with your business. There has to be work put in. You want to acquire new customers, you're not taking care of the old customers. Truth be told, you don't care. You don't care enough to ask them how everything's going. You don't care enough to ask them when will we see you again. You don't care enough to call the people who order takeout and make sure they got everything they needed in their order. Do you know how powerful that is, y'all? Do what other people are not willing to do so you can get the results that they don't have. Listen, call, follow up with people who do takeout or get to go orders. Was everything in your bag? Was everything hot when it arrived? Was it to your expectation, your satisfaction? Ask questions, get feedback. So powerful. If you want more tips like these, I got 10 more right here in this book. Above Average Service, 10 Keys to Unlock Repeat Guests and Increase Sales for Your Restaurant. Go ahead and grab it on Amazon. Link in the description below. And these are front of the house tactics. Your front of the house is so powerful. A lot of times, people focus on the food strictly. If the food is good, if you build it, they will come, right? If the food is magnificent. I'm here to tell you, there's a lot of people who can cook. There's a lot of chefs who can throw down. You're not the only one. And that's not enough. That's not even the most important part of your business. So many people so many people, I like people come to me all the time like, "Oh, my family, we have this secret recipe for tamales. We got this recipe for I got grandma's pound cake recipe. I've been cooking for 20 years. I'm ready to branch out on my own, do my thing. I want to get a food truck. I want to have a restaurant." Do you? Because being able to cook is great. There's so many other components, right? So many other components that go into the business. And the front of the house, that's where I started. When I say front of the house, for those who may not be familiar, that's your servers, your bartenders, your hosts, your greeters, right? Your bussers, those front facing people who interact and touch your guests and talk to your guests directly, eyeball to eyeball. We're not talking about those people in what's called the back of the house or heart of the house, who are important as well. Your dishwashers, your cooks, your chefs, your prep people, right? Um, we're talking about the folks that, y'all hold on. I hear a phone ringing. Weird. I have one of my phones in front of me and the other one's in the room. So like, what do I hear? Anyway, sorry. Had to pause for the calls. Um, front of the house, so essential. Front of the house is so essential. Can make or break you. Can make or break you. So if you need help with that, shoot me an email, grab the book on Amazon, um, and get that taken care of. Right. Do what you can with what you have, and applying those principles in that book will also help increase sales. So I said when I started, I said we're going to talk about 3 ways to supercharge. I think we hit at least 4 or 5, and then boom, I just provided you with 10 more that you can look into further when you have time. What questions do you have? What questions do y'all have about this? Let me know in the comments. If you haven't liked this episode already, go ahead and press the like button. Make sure notifications are on to my YouTube family so that you can get updates when we have new episodes posted each week. All right. So y'all keep in mind, listen, those 3 things that we started off with, plus the little extra tidbits we sprinkled in. Okay. Ask for that feedback, implement relevant feedback, and then make sure you're advertising. If you can do multiple mediums of advertisement, great. If you can only do one right now, cool. Do something. Do something, okay? Keep in mind, y'all, all opinions expressed are mine and mine alone. I do not represent any other entity, corporation, or individual. Thank you for listening to the Hospitality Hacks Pro Show. I love you. I'll see you next week.